welcome you to the discussion segment of this Boxing Day edition of One in Flight on the. And our topic this morning will be considering Utide, charity, and spirit of giving back. Utide, charity, and the spirit of giving back. A day after Christmas is celebrated as Boxing Day, and not the magic of giving. In a world that often races by pausing during the season to consider the joy of giving back can be a powerful our greatest gifts can't be found beneath a tree but are wrapped in profound emotional and psychological benefits that extend far beyond the festive decor. It's an experience that warms the heart, nourishes the soul, and leaves a lasting imprint on our well-being. Giving creates a sense of and for heart to match with anything else. It's the kind of inner satisfaction that deep within stress and anxiety. Your vision given is linked to feelings of happiness and joy. I'm feeling of pleasure and bonding. Giving also fosters a sense of belonging and connection with the community and the people you help. It reinforces the idea that we are all interconnected, sense of purpose and community spirit. Engaging in acts of kindness can help of inadequate in the lives of every other people.
We're basking in the euphoria of Christmas and the Boxing Day here, going by the today. It's a special day, marked out for giving. Um, we have a guest in the studio who will be talking to us about some very germane issues. I promise you, they're going to be some of your everyday experience. And he'll be sharing with us from his wealth of experience as a reverend gentleman and also as someone who is a community leader. Is all right. So we have as guest this morning Reverend Dr. Johnson Abiodun Edun. Good morning, sir. Give or give back on our radar, on our list. People who bombard our phones on daily basis. Please, 2K urgently. Please, my children have not eaten. 1,000 is enough. Just give us something to eat. Somebody will call you and say, it's been 3 days. I have not even tasted food. Someone will say, I can't go to work if you don't send me 500 naira. Like everybody has such list of people on our phones. If you check through the phone messages and all that. And yet, this is an everyday experience in our life. Right? But this is a special day earmarked for giving. Some of us are so, you know, fed up of receiving such messages on daily basis, and yet it's a command to give. How blessed is giving, and then how can we do it in an acceptable way, and how can we do it in such a way that we won't get overwhelmed? This is our reality.
Compliment of the season to all my listeners. We thank God for this opportunity. Giving is part of our life. Giving is part of our existence. Philosophically, when you listen to your heartbeat, you'll be hearing give.
Is that what it is saying?
That's what it's saying.
Oh my, I've never heard it
They
in such a
stop,
way.
the time is stop saying give. That's the end of giving should not be limited to this season. It should be part of our life, especially economic reality we are facing all over the world, not even in Nigeria only. There is no amount of income that can meet our demand at this time. And one thing about giving is that it's not only money, materials that you can give. You can give love. You can help people around you. You can counsel people around you. But because we are in this season, which is special season, we are what is physical. It can be material like food materials. And giving is very important when the motive is right. The motive behind our giving is very, very important. Giving should not be used to trap people, to cage people, because people are really hungry. And we are all witness of what is happening all over the world. So that if we want to give, we must give with the heart of love. It has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with humanity. Because our God value humanity. And when we are talking about humanity, when we are talking about love, we are talking about giving. There cannot be sincere love without giving. They can never. In any.
So Johnson, Abiodun, writing, let's say, to people the way that we are.
Thank you. Well, the most important is the motive. God judge motive, not action. No, not the quality, but the spirit behind the love. And it must not be attached to religion, whether you are a Muslim, Christian, or traditional worshiper. We must see that God loves everybody, and we must do it with heart of love. And that is what God will honor and reckon in our record.
Yeah. Now, I want us to look at a couple of categories of people, to whom we can give. There are those who naturally and truthfully need support, and they will reach out to you. Oh, please help us with this. That's the category. The second category are those whom you personally have seen and you believe this is to what you have. I feel entitled. Emmanuel should know that he's supposed to give me at this time, you know. And as far as Emmanuel is concerned, there are people who need his substance or his blessings more than those who feel entitled to it. Now, these are different categories of people. How do we do it in such a way that we will not be overwhelmed by demands?
Number one, then your locality. That's what God will ask you. And I've said, if you have vehicle, additional vehicle that we are not using for over 1 year, give it out. If you have to, and if you have the heart of God and you have that, we must do it with wisdom. It's very important, because some people are going into debt because of that. That is not good. You must not hurt yourself because you want to give. You must give wisely, with love, and without expecting anything back from them.
All right, thank you very much. Now, we have not talked about the people who feel entitled to what you have, even though you know that there are other people that you should be able to give to. Now, we'll come back to that. But then, in some situations, I want us to look at what happens in some homes, or a woman who loves to give. He has the a talent of giving. Let me say, feel is part of what he should do in his existence, and he does it all the time. And then, let's say the person is a man, and the wife feels this man is wasteful. This man is just wasteful. These things that is given out should have been useful in the house. And every time that causes a rift between them. How should we handle that?
Thank you for that question. In the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 3, can two work together unless they agree? There must be agreement in the couples to be able to do the right thing. And we should be able to help ourselves, to guide ourselves, to understand ourselves. We must not do things that will hurt one another, because women are the one that actually handle main thing at home. We men always go out to do one thing or the other because of our life and because of the demand upon us. But as we are doing that, we need to be very careful that we don't offend our spouse, either on the left side or on the right side, either male. The most important thing is to agree. For example, now this season will be there for almost 11 months to plan for this season. Because when we are talking about this season, we are talking about before Christmas, Christmas, and after Christmas. So the 1st of January. There is 11 months to plan for that. Even government help us to plan. Government give additional money to help. And as we are doing this,
Just like the state government did.
yes, and we thank our governor for doing that. God will continue. We must not allow that to affect our family. There must be agreement, and we move everything forward by doing that.
All right, thank you very much. Manuel wants to chip in something.
Now, as we celebrate our Boxing Day 2024, which is today, now, who is expected to give, and who and how should this be done?
Mm. When we are talking about Boxing Day, it has a long historical record and history. The most important thing is the day set aside during the day of Great Britain's, when Britain maintained their greatness. In those days, the wealthy people have slaves, and those slaves or servants, they don't have time to cater for themselves or for their family, to visit their family. But after the Christmas, which is 26th of December today, they will put either food or materials or small gift into a box, and they will package it to go and give to their family on today. And that was the historical background. And we can do the same thing. It may not necessary that we package anything. So visit, there's what we call unexpected visit. That you visit people. There are people that are more in need of this, especially the less privileged one. And we have them all over us. We have them all over us. Especially challenged people. They are there all over the state, all over the country. And we even have them around us that are living with us. If we see them as human beings, I see people who are living in my community as people that are living with me. They may not be living in my house, but I see them and I carry them along in anything I'm doing.
All right, thank you very much. If you've just joined us, we have Dr. Johnson Edun in the studio with us this morning, and we're looking at the issues around cards. One of the instructions we're given in the scriptures about giving. It says, "What your right hand does, do not let your left hand know about it." Okay. Now, the question the other time, when you give in some situations and your spouse is not happy about it because
That we must do it to enslave people. In this part of the world, there's a way we buy people. In a time like this, if people have interior motive, maybe they have political ambition, and what they have not been doing before, they just use this system. They go to social media, you see them. There are people that are giving millions without going to social media. They will go to hospitals, they will look to people that have bills that they cannot settle, and they will pay it, and they will write anonymous. I've seen that. And I know people are very close to me that are doing that. They pay school fees of people that cannot be paid and all those things. That's what the scripture is saying. We must not be broadcasting it or using it to boast that I've given this, I've given this, I've given this. That's what the Bible is. A couple, as a couple, you will know there is agreement between of you. And whatever you are doing, you must do it together. Because you are going to take the blessing together. That's what the Bible is saying. We must not just be using people, and we must not just be using this season to publicize our ego or whatever we have behind our mind. It must be love. This season must be guided by love. The Bible says, "For God so loved the world," and He gives. He gives. The first thing God does is that He gives, and we should continue to give, because there is nothing we brought into this world, and there is nothing we are going to take out of this world.
Okay, thank you very much. So, how can we encourage ourselves now, as children of God, respective of the faith or belief, to sustain this spirit of giving after Boxing Day and all the days of our lives? So, how do we encourage ourselves to sustain the spirit of giving?
We must develop what I call culture of giving and love through childhood. For example, now our children, we must be giving them little thing to appreciate people that God is using to help them, maybe during their birthday, it's not out of place that when their teachers or somebody that is taking care of them is doing the birthday, this is the birthday, you give them surprise gift. And present the gift is very important, or to our imam, or to our pastor, our spiritual leader. It should not only be the parent that are doing it. Although you are the one to give the money or whatever, getting the culture. And when that child is growing up, it will behave as normal human. If you see our society, you will see the wickedness, the level of wickedness, because we have disconnected, many of these child when they are still young to teach them how to give.
Wow, a very beautiful lesson there, and I think I also learned something there. That's interesting. Now, before we open the lines this morning, I just like you to comment on this. For some people, they believe they have to get to certain status, financial status, before they become givers, before they can give. They look at themselves and say, "Oh, I'm not at the level to give. I am supposed to collect." All right. So they so how much can one have before one qualifies to be a giver? That's the question.
Thank you for that question. Giving has nothing to do with the amount of millions in your bank account or your status. It has to do because you are a woman. There is difference between being a human being and being woman.
Oh,
We are all human beings, but not everybody that are woman. I have seen a lot of experiences. There's a day I was passing through a very pathetic accident, and God helped me to carry the person to the hospital. When I got to one of our federal hospital, they just said, brought in there, go and get police report. And I said, if you allow this person to die, you will lose your job and you will get in jail. And that's how they now begin to treat it. So that has nothing to do with what you have. If you cannot give when you are collecting 10,000 per month, you will not be able to give when you are collecting 2 million per month. So there are some people, they don't need money. Some people, they have never people congratulated them in this season we are celebrating.
That's serious.
You know that. And we should not just be congratulating our friend. And when we are talking about giving, it's not just exchange gift from your friend, from your loved one. In fact, I don't give to people that can give me back. I don't. I give to people that cannot afford to give it back because they are the people who need it. And it's not the amount, it's not the how big it is. It is the love behind. It's very important to note that.
Okay, let's open so we won't be the only ones asking. 0803 and 0815 These are the lines to call to be part of the program this morning. We have Reverend Dr. Johnson Abiodun Edun with us in the studio this morning, responding to different questions. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, people.
Good morning, ma.
How was your Christmas day?
Oh,
Hope you had a nice time.
very well, thank you.
And to our guests, I say good morning.
Good morning, sir.
And Miss Ma, Ikabe from Quarry Road.
Welcome, ma.
Yes, ma'am.
Act of giving, as the Reverend said, is from insight. And it is even said in the Bible, we are very rich. The little you have, you can give. You can see the poor widow in the Bible. She gave what she had to people. I will say that we are not expected to give to the rich alone. We saw that when Jesus was on earth, it was about taking care of the poor, the needy, the blind, the deaf, the lame, making them comfortable, telling us that our act of giving should not be given, as the Reverend says, to those who have, or those who will say thank you to us. We should extend to the needy among us. We can give in any way. It could be material, it could be monetary, it could be even a word of advice. Sorry for this, sorry for that. Please please try as much as possible to cultivate that habit. As the Reverend said, it is not when you are very rich that you can give. If you do this, you have one Congo of rice, and you see somebody not having at all, out of that one Congo, if you know you have enough for your family, you can still give out of it. 1,000 here, we do a lot of belief to some people, but then we are very, very rich. Let us cultivate that habit. And please, let us be mindful. The more you give, the more you receive. Wọ́n ní ọwọ́ ẹ tó bá ń ṣe àwọn, ó máa ń wà nísàlẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ọwọ́ ẹ tó bá ń ṣe rere, ó máa ń wà lókè ní. Let us try and give and give. So please, everybody, as much as you can, give out to the needy and give more. And the Lord will bless you all. You can be able to acquire you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
0803 437 9453 and 0815 032 0226.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Boxing Day.
As you will say.
How was your day yesterday?
It was great.
I'm saying hello to your guest there.
Thank you.
Oluronso Delade is my name. Mommy is talking about the widow of Sarapha, what she had. Yes, I learned as a child that when you don't have and you are a giver, you will give when you have. When you have and when you are small and you don't be a giver, when you have everything, you are not a giver. Giving is divine. I would say that one can give time, you can give your love, as mommy said. Talking of that, in family setting, we have needy among us. But there's something I noticed. When you start helping people turn you to their ask, somebody will get tired of that now. Because when you help somebody once, twice, right, and the person continues, how can somebody argue that? That's my question. Then my children don't understand my life when they are growing up. Because I did and my name was written as Good Samaritan for somebody in an hospital, a psychiatric hospital, because I picked her up and I was paying her bill. My son was saying, they don't understand that they thought if they find a family, my money will be calculated and will be given back to me. And I said, no, me, I've done that to God. But do you know what now? Both of them now are givers. They are doing something that I was saying, hey, she got reality for a moment. So it's good to give. And of course, when you are doing something, and second hand too. Something happened in your station last year that somebody gave this, and they were saying they called his name to thank him, and they was giving carton with his picture. When I came to collect my own, me, I transfer into 9 number because I can't be carrying that carton. So I don't fancy that kind of gifts as far as I'm concerned. So that question I asked, when a family turn you to ATM, how can you handle that? Because you not say, they're so nice, Akbani. That kind of thing. They will not think taking advantage of you. And when you don't give them again, they tend to not to like you, not to greet you again. How do you handle such people? That's my question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for that question. Even God don't answer every prayer. And Jesus during his life, we don't eat alone. Anything we receive, we don't eat it alone. And God has been helping us. What we need to do is to do our best. People will continue to take us for granted. We are the one that will be wise as we are growing up, and we should. We have budget. We are budgeted for how much are we going to give in this season, and we should not go beyond that unless if there is emergency that that have a life threatening that we can go to. God does not demand what we don't have. Even the issue of tithe, God said 10%. You know that, so that we should understand how God is dealing with us. And the most important, as I've said, is the motive. If your motive is right, to listen to anybody, you have done what you expected of you, there will be peace in your heart.
Okay, let's pick this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please turn down the volume.
To turn it down and then call back. Thank you. 0803 437 9453 and 0815 032 0206. Good morning, sir. Thank you. Thank you
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
very
much.
sir.
much.
God bless you.
Now, Reverend Edun,
Yes, sir.
the Boxing Day is calling our attention of giving. I want to know what is the main reason we have to give? Is it because giving will make us to also receive? Are we giving so as to receive? Is it because God commanded this that we should do it, or is it because of empathy that we don't see people and we know these people need that we will have just empathize and then okay, what is the main reason? Because people have different reasons that drive them to give.
Thank you for that question. Uh, Giving is one of the fundamental and doctrine of Christian faith, and I also know of Islam too, because I studied the two religions at PhD level. You know that giving is what God commanded, a part of our life. Number two, giving is part of our Africa. We live in a communion life. We relate together. We see others, our family, no matter their language. That we always give when there is urgent need. Urgent need.
Please, can we pick this? Let's hear from this caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning, sir.
Yeah. I'm about to never.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
My pastor, good morning.
God bless you, sir.
And how are you?
Fine, sir.
Merry Christmas to you.
Same to you, sir.
Yes. God has given this gift you are talking about.
Yes, sir.
For God so loved the world that He gave in the life.
Mm.
He gave.
Give.
He showed because the son.
Mm.
Can you give your son to be sacrificed?
Don't ask me for that, sir.
You can do that. To be sacrificed. To deliver people from their sins. That's what God has done. We'll not pray. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. God bless you, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you, sir.
Baba Yambode knows that I'm not God. And they're asking me to give my son. I beg. Okay, we will give money, we will give rice, we will give jollof rice, we will give
cash.
we give all
Cash.
those.
Our time.
We will give time.
We give
Just like we are
visitation.
given the time and knowledge this morning, So that is what human beings should give. 9453 and 0815 032 0226. The numbers to call. We have just a couple of minutes more, if at all, and then maybe we should be able to accommodate one more before we go this morning. Reverend Johnson Abiodun is with us in the studio this morning as we talk about the issues around giving as taught by Boxing Day. It's OGBC 90.5 FM.
Viewers who are watching us live on Facebook, Aziz Sodiu Olugbile from Iseyin, Oyo State, he said, greetings.
That should be a look below.
Olugbile from Iseyin, Oyo State, and also Sanitarian Akinola Oluwaranti me. Us, happy Boxing Day. And also, we have a whole lot of people watching us live on YouTube, also on Facebook. Our Facebook and YouTube handle is at Ogun Radio, Abeokuta, Ogun Radio, Abeokuta. Follow us. You can also watch us live and also drop your comments, drop your questions to be part of the program anywhere you are in the world.
Before we go this morning, I want to re-emphasize something Reverend Edun said the other time, that our producer, Yemisi Shudipo, also need a car. Give those cars to us. All right. And I hope you have learned something from that. But I want to appreciate our guest this morning, Reverend Abiodun Johnson Edun. Thank you very sincerely for coming this
Thank you
morning.
for the opportunity.
Thank you for
And also many thanks to the editors in the newsroom, Idris Adelakun and Abisola Oludo, on the studio being Aditope at the room. Not forgetting the woman behind the ICT for Lanke Showeton. I am Emmanuel Adebanjo, wishing everyone